Hi guys. Alright. Today I'm finally here at the west of Singapore. After been shooting, riding a lot in the east. Okay, I've got my hands on this new bike. It's the Sava R6. I've been riding it for a bit of distance right now, and today I want to bring it especially here to do a ride on different terrains. And here is the famous NTU. The terrain here is quite interesting. I'm not sure if I can make it, but we'll see if this bike and my legs can carry me through the slopes around here. Okay. Wow, okay, let's go.
Denim jeans, broken dreams in my pocket. Golden thing round my neck like a locket. Carve your name in my mind, cause you caught it. You caught it. You're golden, golden. Honestly, you know it. Me under the street light at the so I could show you. You're golden, golden. Honestly, you're glowing. Me under the mezzanine just so that I could show you. You're golden. Hey, you're golden. You're golden. Hey, you're golden. Golden. When we meet, hold my hand in the darkness. Summer heat, bodies laid on the carpet. Eye to eye, glistening. No, I saw it. I saw it. You're golden, golden. Honestly, you know it. Me under the street light, so I could
Oh. Wow, this is the longest so far for me. Longest continuous time.
you're golden, you're golden, golden, you're golden, yeah, you're golden, you know it, yeah, you're glowing, golden. Golden, golden. Honestly, you know it. Me under the street or out there, so I could show you. Golden, golden. Honestly, you know it. Me under the golden.
So one round around the NTU campus is about 5.25 kilometers in distance and a total elevation of 75 meters. It consists of actually 4 different climbs, and one of them being particularly long and painful. Okay, but seeing some students and young boys, young girls around makes it actually easier to climb. But well, the traffic condition is actually pretty good because they actually have a speed limit within the campus itself and that is 40 kilometers per hour. Well, but do remember to avoid the peak hours. Alright, now let me share with you some of the data that I've collected with my Source G Plus bicycle computer. The average heart rate that I have clocked was 159, and the maximum heart rate was 180. I think that was during the most painful and long climb out of the four. Now the total time taken was 12 minutes and 40 seconds, not bad for old man like me. I think it is a good, this NTU route is a really good training in general. It's a very good training because it's considered ideal to me. The distance is considered quite ideal to me, about 5 kilometers. And because of the 4 different climbs, make it very interesting. One of the climb that I said, the interesting one, the long and interesting one, was actually 630 meters in distance, and the total elevation was 38 meters high. So that we calculated to about 6% grade. The Lim Chu Kang route was interesting by itself, simply because of its long distance. I can compare it to the Tanah Merah Coastal Road, except that the Lim Chu Kang route actually offers a little twist, literally, and that is towards the end when you experience up and down, up and down, up and down, a series of small slopes. Right, the climbs are not that brutal, but I mean, they're not brutal and they are quite doable for many people. However, the only scary things that I have encountered are stray dogs. Okay, I'm not sure they are stray dogs or somebody actually owned them, but they look very fierce and very scary. The multiple climbs about around 1 to 2% grade, which is why I say they are very manageable, even for beginners like us. And since I already went all the way to the west, I decided to make the trip worth it. So we decided to challenge ourselves and go to another hill climb in the west, and that is the Jurong Hill. So from the Lim Chu Kang jetty, we cycle all the way to Jurong Hill. So at first I didn't know that Jurong Hill was actually just next to Jurong Bird Park, and I have very good memories at Jurong Bird Park because that's the place where I first brought my wife for a date. The last climb for today will be here, Jurong Hill climb. Okay, so that will mark the end of my journey to the west, and I just had lunch. I hope I still had enough energy to climb this final lap. Why am I torturing myself? Let's go. It is a little bit too short in my consideration, and because you can't really do a continuous climb up, because somewhere in the middle or towards the 2/3 of it, there is a car park gantry where it actually forces us to dismount and cross over the gantry before we can continue. Well, I'm not sure if you can do multiple climbs on Jurong Hill Climb. For me myself, the moment that I started climbing, I know that I can only do it once. And I had to stand up all the way to climb. 30 kilometers per hour. Wow. Okay, that is the minimum speed here, right? For climb. Oh my god. Look at that. Oh. Let's go.
You're golden, you're golden, golden. You're golden, yeah, you're golden. You know it, yeah, you're golden,
The total elevation that we gained at Jurong Hill was 44 meters, but the distance was only 780 meters. So by calculation, that is 8% grade. And in fact, this is the steepest climb that I have done for myself personally. Well, looking at my heart rate, the average heart rate was 166 and the maximum was 180. Okay. The total time taken for me to climb to the top was 3 minutes and 40 seconds. It looks short, but it was really, really painful. Looking at it, I think it's a good place to do interval training. After experiencing Jurong Hill Climb, I think that it could be a good place for me to do interval training on the climbs. Alright, so as usual, we'll do a little rating on the different climbs. And first of all, let's start with NTU. Now for the NTU climb, I'll give it 5 stars because it's by far the most enjoyable one that I have done. My regular training and my previous favorite was the Commando climb at Hendon Road. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you should refer to my first climbing video. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can refer to this, my first video on the left side, right? But let me tell you why NTU is so much more fun. Because it actually offers a longer distance and a longer climb, right? So that's why it actually allows me to ride my hearts out, and it actually forced me to train out my techniques as well as my endurance on climbings to sustain on those longer climbing stretch of roads. On top of that, it is a it got a really good elevation, good traffic, and there are many canteens, so it has got a lot of good food. And the environment is really good. It's very quiet. Well, I'll say that this place is really a good place to do your routine trainings. For the Lim Chu Kang climb, I will give it a 3 star because I see it as a very good starting point for beginners like us to train up our endurance, because it actually has a good mix of flat road as well as those 1 to 2% grade elevation climbs. To me, it is a very, very good training for us to build up our foundation as well as to gain some confidence on the climbs. Other than the incident of the fierce dogs, I mean, you really have to be prepared for it. Because for me, when I saw the dogs, they really look so fierce. I have to skirt all the way to the side of the road just to siam away from them. And because I just finished the NTU climb, so I hardly have a lot of gas left, and I was afraid that I couldn't outrun them. Okay, so if you are like me, better bring along some buddies or ride in a group. Okay, and well, that's about the climbs. Jurong Hill climb, I'll say it is a 4-star climb. Well, it is totally painful to climb. I can still imagine my legs hurting. Well, there's no traffic at all, but the car park gantry is really a minus. Take away some point from it because it really breaks my momentum. Well, however, it has a very good scenery at the top, so I would say it offers a different dimension to your training. I'll probably do it once in a while if I want to train my explosive power to make my legs stronger, or simply to just bring some friends along and tekan them. So that is the end of our climbing episode today. Next, we actually plan to challenge ourselves on the Mount Faber climb. I just heard a lot of things about it, and I saw a lot of pictures being posted on Facebook and other social media about the nice scenery on top. Well, that's make me really looking forward to it. But if you have any other less known or very interesting climbs that you know of in Singapore, do let us know as well and drop a comment below. Right, so thank you for watching. Do give us a thumbs up if you like this video and subscribe to our channel for further notice on other videos. Thank you. Bye bye.